We're going to tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Why? Because it helps me to remember who I am, tap into a higher wisdom, a higher love. So take a deep breath, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, just in a sigh. Follow me and vibrate the sounds together. Here we go, deep breath. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Yeah, louder. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Last time. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Your index fingers are going to stay up. If you're a female, your left thumb is on top of the right, and you wrap the other fingers down. Your index finger only stays up. If you're female, left thumb is on top of right. If you're male, right thumb is on top as you wrap your fingers together. You're going to raise your arms up over your head. Lift the heart, lengthen the spine, and if you can, I want you really to squeeze your elbows in a little bit. I know I normally don't do this because it tightens the shoulder, but lift the head, lift the heart, shift back a little bit, and see if you can squeeze the sides of your arms to your ears. Long deep breaths to start. We're going to do Satnam Kriya, which is we say the word Sat and the belly pulls in. Don't think about it, it's just going to happen naturally. And then you say Nam. Satnam means true self. So it means I remember who I am in my highest and best. Follow me. Here we go. Sat Nam. 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 Keep going. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Stop the story in your head. Keep going. Sat Nam. 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 Keep going, relax your face, keep going. Suck, 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 suck. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath, hold the breath in, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, unwind your finger. Let the arms float down again to the side. Notice energy. Go in, go in, go in. Feel the energy around the hand. Calm down your ego. You want to calm down the fears, the thoughts running through your head. Connect to the energy. That's how you do it. Hands on the knees. You can stay on the block if you want or come off, and you're going to start a big Sufi grind. Just roll around the sit bone. Where you are, but stay connected, energetic, floating. Breath is powerful. Keep the breath. If you can control your breath, you can control your mind. So making that sound in the back of the throat, the ujjayi, is really the key to saying, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to follow that thought. And I'm not going to be held prisoner by my own thoughts. Come back into connection to energy, the connection to prana, the connection to my true self, where I honor and value who I am more than anybody else. Keep going. Pause and reverse the direction. Breath, coming back to center, and hold the breath in again. Roll to the front of the sit bone. Just the heart. Fingertips to the ground beside you. Bring the hands up onto the shoulders, thumbs back, fingers forward, and do a little twist here, inhaling to the left and exhaling to the right, just a few times, opening up the lower back. Going. Three, two, and one. Back to the center. You can be a little dizzy. Just pause for a moment. Find your breath again. Relax the face. Melt in. And I really want you to start to understand, just by watching energy, the mind calms down. Make your way onto your hands and knees. Still with the breath. You can start a cat-cow so everybody gets here, just dropping the belly down, inhaling, and exhaling, spine for a second. And you go back and forth. Finding the flexibility of the spine, connected to the flexibility of the mind. So without thinking you need to go anywhere with this, it's just you get into the flow of the moment of what you're doing, and the breath holds you there in a circle of energy, just with the movements, observing without judgment or thinking you need to be somewhere else or do something else. Melt into the moment of the energy. Keep going. Three, two, one. I want you to stay looking up and arching up and lift your right leg in the air and push your right heel up towards the ceiling. Try and keep your knee down and your heel above, like just straight above each other. So you're not turning your knee out to the side. Your foot is facing up towards the ceiling, flat. So flex your foot and then lift up even higher so you can feel your back turning on. Go to strengthen and open the heart. Sometimes you need to strengthen the back. Push your right heel up further. Smile. Now try and keep your knee and your foot kind of right in the same stacked position over each other, and open your right knee out to the side. Don't open your knee sideways. I want your foot right above your knee as you open out. And you're going to get the outside of your hip when you do that, and go back and forth a few times. Out to the side. Try not to just open the knee. Let the foot stay above the knee as you open out to the side. And it's not easy, but hey, you guys are magical, so you can do it. You can go as far as you can go. Keep lifting the heel up and then out to the side. Up and out to the side. Try not to strain the neck too much as you do it. You can keep the neck neutral. Get energy running on the outside of the hip. One more. And then your hands are on the ground. I want you to step, if you can, in one step, your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And then rock back and forth here a few times. Oh. Keep pushing your right knee a little bit out to the right as you do this. So it's not just knee coming in. When you push the right knee out a little bit, you feel the outer hip as well. Rock back and forth. And then we're going to keep shifting forward. And I got a few options. Maybe you just go towards the ground with your elbows. Perhaps you put your elbows on a block, but you're trying to shift your hips forward and get your body to come a little more on the inside of your right leg. Shift the hips forward even more. And if you want, another option is come on your toes on the back foot and lift the back knee from the ground while straightening the leg. And then engage muscles in your back leg as well. Long, deep breaths. So if I would want to do a split, if I would want to, two things have to happen. The back of my leg, the back leg, the left leg, has to let go so that the hips can drop to the ground. Now you don't want to overstretch the hip when you do that, but the back leg has to get flexible enough for the back hip to come down. Okay, come up a little bit with me here. Just hang out, we're still here. And the other thing that has to happen, and do not overstretch your hamstring. You're going to start to slide your right foot out a little bit. You don't passively hang in this pose. There's several options that you can have here. You can even have two blocks beside each other now if you wanted to do that, because what we're going to do, because it's Thursday, is come on your back toes. So you lift that back leg and you slide your front foot out a little bit. Okay, hold on, don't go too far. Lift your chest, don't round your back too much. And then all I want to see is, can you lift your hands from the ground? So you want to be strong enough to lift your hands from the ground. So you're not just passively hanging on stretching muscles. So all we're doing is taking the legs out as far as you can. And by turning on the muscles, I'm not going to overstretch my hamstring. Get it? You don't just passively hang in a pose. So lift and lower your hands a few times. Maybe you slide out a little further. Oh, lekker. Oh. So get to an edge that's really difficult, but you're not going to fall far. And have fun with it, play with it a little bit, all right? Go back and forth, and then you can come down. You can rock back and forth. If you want to try and slide the foot out, the back leg forward, the front leg back. Okay. Don't overstretch the hamstring, because this is a very nice way to do that. And then if you're all the way in it, it's hard to get out. Do that anyway. Come back, step the foot back, and you can take a cat-cow or a child's pose for a few moments. See what the body needs. Go back to the breath. Out of the story in your head. I could do this, I couldn't do this, this is hard, this is easy, look at me, I can do it, ha ha. Or I can't, why did I come to this class today? Both nice stories to tell. And when you get into the energy, you don't care. Doesn't mean you're not nice, you don't care. It just doesn't bother you if you can do it or if you can't. You still like who you are. It's already open. All you have to do is open. Then you're gonna come back up onto the hands and knees. You do a cat-cow for a few breaths. And then we're gonna take the left leg up, just hold it. Just bend the left knee, get your hips square. Your foot is above your heel. Lift your heart, but don't strain your neck. And then push your left heel up higher towards the ceiling. So the gluteus maximus turns on, and that's your ass. And then you can go up and down a few times and it turns on. You can turn your ass on. And then, if you want, we're gonna slide it out to the side, and that's glute medius. So there's the glutes. And then you go back and forth with that a few times, like keep the foot up, pushing up towards the ceiling, and then slide it out to the side, and then push it up once you get out there, maybe. Oh, yeah, all kinds of interesting things we can do to strengthen the outer hip and the lower back. Try not to take the knee out too far, Monique. And now, take your foot above your knee. So bring your knee back in, and bring your foot above your knee, because that's where it's hard. If you take your foot outside, or your knee out sideways, you're using a different muscle. I want you to really try that just for a few more breaths. That your foot stays above your knee as you slide it out to the side. You push it up a little higher. You feel a strong contraction. Maybe you don't like me. I don't care. I like me. Do one more. And then you're going to step it forward. So see if you can take that back foot and step it the outside of your left hand. Lift your chest, make your back flat, try not to round too much, and then rock back and forth. Do not overstretch hamstring. Keep pushing left knee a little bit out to the side. And we're going to come down a little further. Maybe you have a block that you can put your elbows on. Maybe your elbows can get to the ground. Keep your back as flat as you can when you do this, because if you round your back, you shut off energy. Lift the chest even more, flatten the back, rock back and forth. Push the knee out to the side. Option, come on the toes in the back and lift the knee in the right back leg. And then sink the hips down lower. Engage muscles in the back leg. And explore what you can do here. We're just opening the hip to start. And then, the idea, if I would want to go into a split, I often want to go into a split. Oh, if I could only do a split now, everything would be good. Remember, the back leg, the front of the back leg has to release, so that hip has to come down. You can rock back and forth a little bit with that. But engage enough so that you are going to be able to lift your arms. So don't go too far. Start to slide the left foot out, come off the back leg, and see if you can lift your hands from the ground without leaning too much on your front leg. And you're going out as far as you can. Lift your arms. And maybe you have blocks on either side of your hands. That helps to come up a little higher and do it. See if you can lift one arm or both. Your legs are working. That's the point. And so sometimes in life, we get a really hard pose. Do you ever have one in your life? Life gives you a really hard pose. I'm like, how am I supposed to not freak out and run away from this pose? The pose doesn't go away because it's there. It's part of your life, and you got to breathe through it. So when you have a hard pose, this teaches you. And then you're going to see, if you want, you can try and slide out a little further. But ideally, you're strong enough to stop anywhere and hold yourself. Ideally. I am not. And one hamstring is often tighter than the other. So for me, this side is tighter than the other. And rock back and forth. Explore what's there. You're going to come out of it however you can come out. And take a few breaths. Just tuning in again, going in, child's pose, rock pose. Find your breath again. It's never the pose. It's never what's happening on the outside. It's how you react to it. How are you reacting to the pose? How are you reacting to what's happening in your life?